Hi, everybody. It's Lorana, live from the very center of the universe, Canton, Ohio. Yay! And it's time for Rose Garden Radio. And I have such a great story uh, that I heard this week in the shop. And I can't wait to share it for you, with you, and for you. Um, And if it's your first time or what have you, welcome to Rose Garden Radio. And our mission is to help you shift from 3D to 5D, to shift your life from 3D to 5D, to living more fully from your heart and living your dream life because you deserve it and you can do it. And guess what? It's as easy as pie. It is. And this is what I call the pie theory, PIE. Um, Apple pie, pumpkin pie, key lime pie. You pick the pie, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay. And so I start with drawing a circle, which is like the pie, but the circle really represents your life right now, all the good, the not so good, everything in it. The kids, the dog, the ex, the job, the money, the lack of money, whatever's going on. That's your pie that you're living right now, okay? And so what we're about is finding um, that first slice, that first cut that we can put there. So this is a wonderful story. This is a local woman. Um, I'm going to call her Carol, and Carol Carol actually. The backstory is, unfortunately, lost her parents at a very young age. So she's kind of been feeling like she's been flying solo for many, many years, and she's still, just late late 20s, 30s right now. So she's not very old, but and so Carol decided that she just wanted a different life. She was working somewhere that she wasn't that happy with, and she was in a relationship that she wasn't that happy with, and she just wanted some changes, but didn't know where to start. And but that is Carol's first slice. She wanted and to change her life, but she didn't know how. And but she took some. She just believed that she could. She did come into Miss Lorana's a few times, and we did have a few little mini pie talks or something like that. But she came in recently, and I was just amazed at, I would say, in 1 month, she completely rearranged her life. So let me tell you how, let's go through the pie of how she did it. So Carol realized, I want a different life. I want a different job, something where I make more money. I want it to be more downtown, and I want to be valued, and I just want something different. And sure enough, she went out, and she ran into a woman, and that woman had an office and was involved, in the community. I'm not going to give a whole lot of details there, but she was like, "Hey, come see me in my office sometime," and Carol did. She went over there, and they sat down and just got to know each other. And so part of building your new 5D life is taking the steps, um, and she met this woman. She felt like there was a connection. And a lot of times it's a feeling like I should go there. You don't have to know anything else. It's not about anything. You don't know. But you know, what you do know is this feeling inside of you that says, I should go there. I should take her up on that. Just visit her at her office. So Carol did. And they had good chats and, connected and it was good. But that was it. And, but sure enough, about 2, 3 weeks later, Carol got a call. And this woman was like, hey, I have an opening and I would love for you to apply. And so Carol went over there and she did. And she's like, well, what days is it going to be, and this or that. And this woman was like, no, you pick your own days, whatever days you want. And so she got this fantastic job with the city of Canton. And so that changed that reality. And so that was good. And then Carol was like, I'm really not happy with my living situation. I have to walk, I walk everywhere, take the bus or whatever. And I wish I lived just closer to downtown. And now, interestingly enough, that was her desire. And sometimes we set some things in motion. So the next week, Carol comes in and says, oh, no, you won't believe this. What happened? What happened to me? And she's like, my landlord said that she just told me I have a couple of weeks to get out of there because she's putting the house on the market. She's selling this duplex and I need to leave. And she was really panicking and all that. Like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Oh my gosh, And Miss Lorana said, Carol, don't worry. This is you manifested this. You wanted a new place and you're going to get one. And you need to get one. This is the way it looks, but don't worry. Everything is going to be okay. You're on a new path now. And so Carol thought about it and she's like, I had this friend that wanting to rent an apartment in a house that they own. I'm making sure that you can see me. I have a friend that has an apartment. And so she ended up calling him, and sure enough, he had, it was still being worked on, and he had it. And so they made arrangements and so at the end of March, that was her moving date. And so I had some old boxes down my basement. I said, hey, I have some boxes. And she didn't have much stuff, but she, sure enough, packed up. And her friend renovated that apartment, and she had this great place. And guess what? It's a very, very close. It's right in downtown, basically. So all that came true. And then Carol could barely believe it. And then sometimes there's a little, what you might call, oh no, a little fly in the ointment, but you have to roll with it. So that wonderful job she got that really moved her out of where she was that she didn't like came to a kind of an end, and they just kind of ran out of funds and needed to cut hours and blah, blah, blah. But Carol realized, I'm really a people person, and I really want to have a job where I'm more interactive with people. And so she just went right out and she applied for a job at a very well-known restaurant. And guess what? She got it, and she loves it. She's around more people, and she's already got a little promotion. And this is all like in 30 days of boom, that look how powerful she manifested this. And so that new great interactive job is in place that has a lot of potential for her, and she's so happy. New apartment, new job, new job. And I know you're asking, what about that boyfriend, that relationship that she was just feeling really lonely in? And that's no way to feel when you're in a relationship, is it? So, anyways, she decided to just end that relationship. She mustered up her courage and decided, I feel so lonely in a relationship that I might as well be alone with the potential of meeting somebody new. And she took a leap and she did it. And it wasn't a horrible ending. They can still be friends. Two people can just realize that this isn't going to work. And just the other day, and one of the things, she was somewhere that she likes, and at our wonderful Stark County Library. She loves reading, and Carol likes books, and she loves to go there. And she met somebody there that also loves books, and they just started to chat and hit it off, and they have a date coming up this week. So yay! I mean, I'm just over the moon amazed, but that's how it happens, you guys. She just took the first step, and what we're doing is growing. That's one of the things. You don't have to worry about how this is going to happen. Just keep growing your slice of pie. Just keep growing and sensing, hey, I need to go here. I want to do this. And pretty soon, that whole pie fills in with a new pie, your dream pie. Your dream pie for a better life, for a relationship that you feel loved and valued in, and you don't feel alone, and a new place to live that feels safe and is closer to the area, is right in the area that you want to live. So Carol manifested all this in what I would have to say record time, and the time is now. Everything is ripe to get on that toboggan and let it slide. Get those ingredients and let's make your new pie. So again, if you're wandering around downtown Canton, or you just drive here special, I'm always happy and willing to talk about your pie privately while you're here and help you make that first cut and grow those slices like Carol did, because she totally transformed her life. And it just made my week hearing about it. I'm over the moon of what she created for herself and what she'll continue to create, because guess what, there's always another pie. Once we have this pie, and we've partaken of it, basically, there's the next pie. The dream gets bigger. There's a new dream to overlay on top. There's always a continuum. So anyways, that's the way it goes. I love you guys. Thanks. Keep sharing your stories with me, and I'll keep making these cosmic pies to share with everybody else out there. All right. I love you. Have a great rest of Sunday, and I'll see you next time on Rose Garden Radio. Live on Facebook on Sundays at 6, and then it's on there for 30 days, but I also upload them now onto the Rose Garden Radio on YouTube. So, and they'll probably be there forever. All right, you guys. Until next time.